it's been quite an interesting week, a week where a lot has happened. And this is a show where we unpack for you unfiltered conversations, new insights, and new viewpoints. And of course, we are very, very bold. And Dr. C's hairstyle will tell you how bold we are.
Yes, I kind of quite really, not kind of, I really love this hairstyle. I've had it for the last more than 20 years.
Yes.
But the boldness in it is exactly who I am, represents who I am inside. And today I'm making a public announcement. If you don't want it out there, don't tell me. Don't show me. Don't tell me. I value my freedom. Freedom of expression and freedom to, of my mind. So don't imprison my mind with things.
So don't tell Dr. C secrets. The rule of the thumb is, if you tell her secrets, she will reveal. We avoid telling her secrets.
Of course, I exercise discretion.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
And
But you say.
But this has saved me a lot.
Yeah.
Because if you tell me,
Yeah.
I will tell you, and I will tell you, I hope you're ready to repeat in a room full of people what you've just told me. And I will wait when that person is there.
Yeah.
And I say, oh, so and so just told me this. So that way, even relatives on Detangi Moshene, because wanajua nitasema. And that way, I'm left out of a lot of conversations.
But
which
don't you think
saved
you
me.
miss out on something like when?
No, I'm free, I'm happy, I'm healthy, my family is healthy, I'm living life. Nini ingine mnataka?
To know a few of secrets so
No,
that at
I'm
least
not interested
you can
in
feel
people's
special.
secrets. For example, I'm not interested to know that you're a side chick. And
What are you
then,
talking
no, when I
about?
meet your wife, I have to like behave. Because, this kind of things.
Do you know that's how I lost my most important friendship in campus? Because a friend of mine had a guy who was cheating, and that guy was cheating with my friend, and both of them are my friends. It was really hard for me. Because I have to meet you, you tell me about your boyfriend. I meet you, tell me about your boyfriend, and I know your boyfriend is one person.
So what, did the person tell you to tell on them?
No, I just told this one, please be careful, and told this one, please be careful.
Yeah, don't show me such things.
Yes.
So if I know you're having an affair, for example, you have revealed it to me. How do you expect me to behave when I meet your wife? And then you expect behavior from me.
You must be cordial.
No, that's
I'm
very
just
hard.
gonna be, naturally chatty. I'm gonna chatty and then unakaa hapo hivyo. I hope she doesn't say.
And I hope you don't show her affection. I hope you don't show so much affection in my presence, because I'll be like, oh my God, he fools ladies a lot. Now I'll think everyone around you is your mistress. Anyway, I'm Maria. I'm so happy to be here. That was a side note. Yes. Today you're not starting with side chick.
And we are drinking Samantha wine.
Or we are not even starting with polygamy. Let's disclaimer, because CEO is coming next to introduce our show.
Yes.
Let me tell you guys, and I'm CEO Charles Otieno. I will just say that do not tell on people. Why you don't have business of telling people what, Dr. C. You don't.
Don't tell me. Don't show me. Don't tell me.
Anyway, let's start. Now, last week, the New York Times had a massive expose on Kenya, and they discussed what they called modern day slavery. And the Standard, of course, newspapers also published the article on how Kenyan workers are being mistreated in the Middle East. And it is sad because the Kenyan government does not protect its workers. And we have seen in Saudi Arabia, many Kenyan women have died. Others are being held captive without food. Others are being beaten. Others have lost sense of life and anything in what took them there. And they're not even paid salary. Yet the government of Kenya has never, ever done anything for these workers. And to put the spanner in the works is that the most connected people in government are the ones who are championing insurance for these people to go to meet their early deaths in those countries. And they are running an enterprise out of this business where many people have died and there's no remorse. What do you guys think?
So, two things to be said. The first one is that You know, when we have people leaving Kenya and going to work out of Kenya, it's an advantage in the sense that we are looking at the foreign inflows.
Yes.
In terms of supporting. So we are not saying that people should not go to work to Kenya, but they go out to work out of Kenya. I think it's good to put clear water and say we are talking about some of these low cadre jobs where Kenyans go and they are thoroughly mistreated. And I want to say, you know, sometimes you hear statistics. I want to say, actually, I had a girl who worked with me, and she got this job to go to Saudi Arabia. Her name was Betty. And she went, we blessed her, she went. And one day when she reached there, turns out she was being asked to go and do some manual job in someone's house, a house girl. Her passport was taken away. To communicate with the family was difficult. And one day she calls, she says, oh, she's having a fight, she's eaten something, she doesn't know that she will make it. And actually she came back in a coffin. I'm talking about somebody I know. This is not some story you're reading somewhere. Like, this is truly from a personal experience. So I want to say this, that so it's not just Saudi Arabia alone. Even sometimes people even go to the US, and you wouldn't call it a slavery, but I want to start by grounding Kenyans and letting them know that, you know, there are very many things at home we take for granted. I find that some of the people who go, let me talk about the US, yeah, so that we can qualify this slavery thing. There are two kinds of people who go to the US. The ones who go, they work for high-end organizations, they are paid very well, they drive good cars, they can live well, they can afford. And then the other person who goes to actually, and they do very well, when they had completely reached the end in Kenya, there's nothing they can do. They can wash diapers for I don't know what, they can do all these things, like hold even 10 jobs. You're literally a walking vampire or something like that. There's nothing you can do. So that in itself is slavery, because we take it for granted that at 8 o'clock you go to work, you can have lunch, you have a sensible break, and yeah. So, you know, the desperation sometimes at home here is pushing people into real slavery. You know, in Ghana, there's that bridge people used to cross and actually go. This JKIA, in the future, is just going to be one of those historic places where thousands of Kenyans have passed through and gone out there. Without proper contracts, all these things are changed. And like you said, I looked at the statistics, 371 Kenyans in the year 2024 alone actually died, right? Out of these, just, you know, these kind of contracts. And by the way, they're not just, I've had some of the veterinary doctors who've actually gone, especially in Saudi Arabia. You're taken, oh, you're going to be in charge of a farm, then you find there you've become some houseboy of sorts, and you're a graduate. So there's a lot of deception. People need to be brought to book. When people come back, those bodies, we need to have those kind of bilateral agreements where autopsies are done. We find out what has killed these people. There's a natural attrition anyway, people die, whether you're out or, but what has actually killed them? This is a crisis, like it's a crisis. We have to rise up and defend Kenyans.
Okay, I'll start by saying the people who actually facilitate them going, because actually there's a time in the passport office I could see a lot of people lying there waiting for their passports to go. The people who actually facilitate these people going should know that there is no price you can put on a human life. There is no day that, no matter how much you are making from all this, there is no price that can be put on a human life. And as much as maybe you feel like you are making good money right now, and these agencies and any other person who is taking people abroad, they should be thoroughly checked. And actually, if you take someone abroad and they come back dead, you should at least have a report for us. Like the autopsy should be done. You went with this agency, but you did not make it. why didn't you make it? Maybe that way people will have the decency of taking people to good jobs, of making sure they are safe, of at least seeing that the boss that was you were handed over to did not mistreat you, because we are actually people who care about our people. Treating them as slaves and just throwing them there is something that, okay, I'll say it's, okay, first of all, it's very diabolical, but also at the same time, I would say for you to, no matter how much money you are making, there is no price to human life. Also, if you are Kenyan out there and you can afford basic meal, you have a roof on your head. Basic. I know abroad you would be paid better. It's not like I'm dismissing the fact that in the country the pay is not that good. And I know abroad you can be paid better. But you rather be home than go for that money. If you can afford basic needs, just avoid that. Maybe your star will shine one day, your ambitions will come true, or maybe you can find other dreams or other desires in your life and passions that you can pursue in your country, rather than going there just because you've been attracted by the pay. It's good on paper, it's good when it's said here, but when you get there, you've not met your boss yet. That's when you realize things are not as good. Because if the testimonies of the people going abroad was as amazing as the number of people going, then I would be in support. But at the moment, nah.
So I think it's a very bad thing for Kenyans to be mistreated. And the Kenyans, as any human being, you're looking for a better life. So we cannot stop them from going. It is the government's prerogative to take care of its people wherever they are, number one. Number two, it's the government prerogative to identify what kind of jobs these Kenyans are being called, especially in Saudi Arabia, which has been notorious in actually mistreating Kenyans of low cadre, women, house managers and all that, and people who go to do these house chores. So there must be a bilateral agreement signed and deposited, and the embassy should be at the top of knowing how many Kenyans come in this country every year, where are they working, what is the organization, an umbrella organization in that country that represents them with proper guideline and officials. Like, for example, you are 500,000 Kenyans, you're working as house helps in Saudi, then you need to have an organization where you can be reached, you can be helped, and then that forms a basis for even the employers not to mistreat them. So the biggest problem we have is that the Kenyan government has left these people to die in foreign land. That's why 371 died last year. It's not these other jobs we're talking about, Dr. C, where you'll go to America, where you can go and hustle. It's slavery, but this one is where if a girl goes there, you're told you will not eat. You're told you'll be washing the dogs. You're told you'll be eating you what.
You're even told your boss wants to come in your room at night.
No, they come in your room, they want you to sleep with their dogs, they want to do many weird things on you. It is sad that Kenyan government has never written, and that's why I have a problem with Musalia even last week, that the Ministry for Foreign Affairs must have taken these things up and really dealt with them and have a proper and say, no, you cannot mistreat our people. Even you, we have your citizens in this country, but we don't mistreat them. But the problem is the current government, the top leaders are profiting from their misery. Because then they just want to get money to ensure them to go. It doesn't matter whether they're going to die. It's only that the moment I have given those people who are transporting you to Dubai or to Riyadh in Saudi Arabia, I have made my money as an insurer and I'm making billions of money out of it. So if you go die, it's up to you. It is really, really sad that the government is aiding Kenyans to die in foreign lands without proper jobs. It's very bad. We cannot allow the government to proceed like that.
And you know, I just find some of these countries have no respect for human rights and especially for our skin. You know, just so that Kenyans can actually know why. Like Ebu try and joke with one Israeli. They will come for you. Do you remember that story of Dora Block? When they send the plane to come and pick her from Uganda?
Yes,
The
Entebbe.
Entebbe. Let me tell you, they will send an entire battalion to fish out one Israeli if you joke with one. Like, just try and joke with one. And therefore, everybody knows not to actually, this phone is whatever ringing. Everybody knows not to joke with those people. Try and joke with an American.
They'll come
The
for you.
American government will come for you. So the Kenyan government needs to flex, its muscle and say, even if it's a single Kenyan, it's the example that you set to the world. But now the whole world knows, yeah, you Kenyans you're on
are
your
the
own.
slaves,
Your
so we
government
come.
will not even come for
And
you.
the Kenyans, if Museveni would say, and the other day Museveni said that we go and ask Kibaki why he took Migingo. I answered, and Kenyan government kept quiet.
Yeah.
You're saying, I took your island, go ask your former president who is dead. And then no one actually, this country is just being run by clueless individuals. Clueless, totally.
Yeah.
If it was Daniel Arap Moi, the second president, you joke like that, the army would have been in Uganda today. In Busia, I'm telling you. If
Yes.
it's Kenyatta,
Where?
senior, the army would have been in Uganda today, in Kampala, whipping people there like no nonsense.
And CEO,
Yeah,
you know, last week we started a topic on this Museveni thing.
yeah.
And, you know, I said something like, we have to know who is behind this Museveni. I saw in your paper, the Standard newspaper, maybe you can shed some light. I'm maybe going a bit off script a bit. I saw the current head of delegation, the lady, saying that he understands. No, she. I saw the current head of
understands.
delegation of the European Union to Kenya, saying that she understands the position of Uganda. She understands why Yoweri Museveni may actually say what he's saying because of the position of landlocked countries. And I said, you guys, watch out.
We allow
Who
people to walk
is-
all over us.
There's a lot of minerals, $5 billion worth of gold discovered in Ikolomani, where I come from, by the way, Ikolomani. Yeah?
Gold mine.
It's a corrupted version of, and there's a lot at stake. Anyway, moving on to the next story.
Yes.
I want again to start by making a public statement, which will actually inform this conversation. That so somebody asked, last night I attended the Stanford alumni dinner.
Oh, Stanford.
I have to say it. Yeah, I am a graduate.
Stanford.
Yes, I am.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I have 2 MBAs. You know, one of the people in the comments said that, what has Dr. C ever done other than marrying this rich man who put her in a big house?
Oh.
I can hold my own. But you know what?
But you see, when someone says like that, you should start by telling them, I have 2 MBAs, I come from Stanford, shut up.
Yes, I do. I do. But what I want to say is that I was trying to hone up. What do companies change, people change. So somebody asked me, Dr. C, what do you do? I said, I monetize my lifestyle, by selling access to me digitally. Tafakari hiyo.
Uish.
My next introduction.
Well, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that everybody, all the human beings, your body is a private possession. It's private to you. And I want to applaud the government for this law of the data privacy law. Because of late, people just think they can take photos of you and just start posting. Like I've said, I monetize my image. If I put my image on any product, it sells. So what do you mean you're going to take photos of me and plaster it on your social media? Because I entered your premise, and you have said on your premise out there that by entering this premise, and I'm talking of clubs, by entering this premise, you are giving consent. So what problem am I what are we discussing? I want us to discuss. Of late, clubs are being really fined, yeah? And there's been a couple of rulings, which I cannot, unless I read, I don't want to read. But I think Kenyans know that there's a new data privacy law that protects you from your photo being taken without consent. So it's one thing that you're taking an image of me, putting it in your whatever it is. It's another thing that you're using it for commercial. So I wanted us to navigate. What does it mean? And what is legal and what is illegal?
Okay.
I will go this in two ways. First of all, in this era of social media, gone are the days where just saying that your photo might be taken is a rule, or it's a law, or it's something that I should be worried about. Because what is the function of that club? I did not come for pictures, and I did not expect to come for pictures to be taken in a club. I don't go to clubs, but I think that should be the case. But this is the point. By the virtue that social media is growing and a lot of people are going to be seeing you, I feel like if a club wants to do marketing, they have some time whereby they can get people who are willing and have consented for their pictures to be taken when they are doing the act, and then we'll post them. Because that way, customers will not have to have their pictures taken. You see, these if you come in, you are supposed to do this. However, if it's in an event, and you've said that I will take it like an event, you need pictures for the memorability of the event, and I agree to come to the event. So that way, maybe I would be a bit lenient on my picture being taken. But a club where you just go on random to just entertain yourself, that one I will not agree. But that is not the only place where media law is not taken serious. Let me start by saying, nowadays, a lot of, let's say, parents are not aware of this. Most schools are on social media. Most schools. And there are so many parents who have not been given the consent form to sign. And there are others actually who have signed the consent form, but they did not know what they were signing for. Like, for example, I signed for the school website, I signed for the school newsletter, but I did not sign for my child to be dancing on TikTok. But you see, you signed the consent form. So some of these things are supposed to be looked at so thoroughly, like keenly look. If you are a parent out there, keenly look, and even have a renewal whereby every year I'll be renewing, whereby if next year, if I don't sign, my child will not appear somewhere. Because you'll find your child who hates camera dancing on TikTok because the teacher said it's time to dance, and it's okay.
Let's hold it there. We go for a short break, or you'll just pick it from that.
Okay, let's go for a short break. We'll be right back on the same topic.
Yes.
Welcome back, guys, and I hope you're enjoying the show, because we are getting serious and deeper. So before we went on a break, we were talking about the consent of where your picture or your video can appear on social media. And I was saying this, actually, I had diverted to now schools having to have a renewal whereby every year, because I need to know, last year you had the consent, you did not use it on a website, you use it on somewhere else, so that I can actually keep my privacy safe, my child safe, and even you as yourself safe. Because let me tell you something, these are laws that most people don't know or don't take serious. That is why you will find that someone like you are a public figure, you will see your picture, it's a problem. There's someone who is not a public figure, and then they'll be like, why is my picture here? You don't even have a social media account, but you have a social media, your picture is in a club. Or you're someone who loves your privacy, nobody knows what you do, but all of a sudden, this is the club you drink at. So people should take this consent very serious. And for me, I always say, if I've not signed, I'm suing.
Well, there are limitations within the suing, but let's hear from CEO and then I'll touch on that.
See, that media law for me, the cybercrime law, is bullshit. Shouldn't even be taken there.
Really?
Yes. To
oh
me.
My God.
Yeah, it's sort of crap, and the government is overreacting. We have enough laws to take care of those things. And I've read especially section and Act 22 of that law, and I find it preposterous from where I sit as a media practitioner, because we know for sure that personally, if I go to a public place, I lose that right of you can take my photo in a function. I lose it if I'm a
Function,
public
okay.
figure. That's why we take politicians' photo and we don't ask them for consent. There's difference between privacy and public space. The moment I post my photos on social media, I've given them the public view. Anyone can use that photo to publish it without recourse in law. In law. So if you do not want to be in that space, the only problem I have is a club where you go to drink. It is now a social gathering, like, and then they take your photo and post it. And the difference is when they post it on their website, because they're using it to market it. But if someone takes your photo and is a media practitioner in a club and publishes it, you will not sue. You're in a public space.
No.
It is. I'm telling you because I'm in media and I'm in media law.
But, you know,
You can use my picture that I've posted. That's okay. That
Yes,
one
I can.
is okay.
And I can use your
No,
picture in a club.
No,
I
you
can.
can't. No, you actually cannot. And you know, there's been presidencies in the past. Yes, there's a difference between public figures and private people. And I think this law is so important because even children, I was discussing earlier on with her today, when my daughter was like 2 years old, you could not just take a photo of her. And she had never read nobody's law. And
No,
you could just see this is
that
a
is-
violation of human
That
rights.
is Child's Act. There's a difference between Child's Act.
I'm not even talking about the law. I'm talking about how you find me and you're even touching me or even taking a photo of the likeness of me who is a private person. So we need to make a difference. If I'm in a club with my private life, I'm there to just have a drink with my friends, and then you are invading my privacy, taking my photo to go and publish. Imagine I'm gonna sue you. Yeah, if you take any likeness of me. Yes, there's a difference when you take a photo and it's a large people, you're not focusing on one person. That legally you can. People like politicians, if you take a photo of them publicly, of course they will not sue. But if you take that photo, what viewers need to understand, just because he's a politician, and then you go and use it now for commercial purposes, and commercial has to be interpreted. There's a straight out ad, but there's the purpose of you advertising. So in the case of clubs, and by the way, viewers need to know that exclusivity has a price. Yeah? Yeah, to be exclusive, people pay for private membership clubs so that they retain their privacy. And that's how you know the difference between a high-end club and a low-end club. If you go to any club and you're seeing photos of other people on their site, just know that it's a cheap club because they want to show, oh, we have people. But a club really that is private, that is high-end, they will not be advertising people. So there is no way a media house that is in business, you are selling content, you make me to be content just because I went out to enjoy a glass of wine with my friends. And because some media personality happened to be there, I am turned into content.
Then sorry for you.
You can't do that.
but
No, you can't.
We will always publish. and
That
we
I wake up,
publish.
I find myself, I don't know what in.
Yeah.
No, I will sue you to the high heavens. I'm not your
If
content.
I find myself trending with a picture that I have
Yes.
taken myself, that's
Let
different.
me tell you.
I'm
those-
not your content.
You are
the-
following me to take a picture to get a story, that's different from...
Ladies and let me tell you, you will sue, we'll contest it in court, and there's no way to go.
Casavera paid 1,850,000. This was a ruling and it was enforced they actually paid.
Because it's a club.
It is a club, and who took the photo? But you see, there is no way, by the way, this is even at an international level. Prince Harry just successfully sued the Daily Mail because they took photos of him, and even Catherine Middleton, the future Queen of England, she had this Match.com. It's a French newspaper that officially apologized, and it's a mainstream newspaper, apologized by publishing photos of her on what she perceived as it was a private holiday. Why did they publish that? They actually apologized. So, and I'm just thinking, even the Kenyan media, you are part of the bigger worldwide, and there's process. There's no way you will turn me into your content, and then you go and sell that newspaper, or go and tell people, look at you, you're creating me as your vibe. Even you put me on your Facebook without telling me. That's monetizing my digital.
So Dr. C has gone on a very long rant, but let me just educate you viewers. The moment you're in a public space, you will be published by a media house, and we will publish you. You can go to court, we will meet in court. That is number one. Number two, it's my job to tell you as a senior editor who's been here in 20 years in this business, who have read that clearly. Number two, we will not invade your privacy, and we know the levels of privacy. That's very clear. So if Kate Middleton went to sue, it must have been a paparazzi who took in a private event. But the moment you move in a public space, remember that you lose that right. That's how business is.
And I feel we need to have public education. Because the other day, a neighbor, actually, I know, sued another neighbor for him installing CCTV.
Facing his door.
Facing the door. And it's like every time I pass there, an image of me is being captured in his CCTV. So we need to have public education. Some things actually I have to agree with you, just don't make sense. Yes, I have a camera there checking anybody who is passing the front of my house, and anybody who may actually, it's for security.
It's for security, and it's in front of your house.
And then the neighbor says, when I'm passing there, you're capturing me.
But you see now,
I need you to open that thing in a court of law. I want to see where I was captured. And it's like, this is a proper court case that's going on. I went to research on it, and I thought it is legal to actually have CCTV in front of your house.
No, it is legal actually.
It's legal, right?
Yes. No, but these guys, there's that's why I'm saying we need public education. But some people think it's illegal.
It's not. See, I'm protecting myself. This is my space. So whoever is passing, it's okay. You can pass. Feel free, as long as you're not doing anything bad that I put that for. Anyway, let's now go back to the Sonko rescue team. Oh, Sonko. He went to the rescue, actually. So anyway, recently, Sonko went to rescue his daughter. Okay, the word rescue sounds wrong on this story. Sonko went to the rescue. There's nothing else I can use, right? Let's just move on. Sonko went to the rescue of the daughter, where the daughter called the mom so distressed, needing help, and Sonko went to the rescue of the daughter. And the words that were coming were, I pay for your bills, I feed you, I do all this, why would you beat my daughter? And Sonko went ahead to actually stop the guards from beating the man. That was a good thing.
Shopping nawafanyia. Kila kitu nakufanyia. Nini unanipigia mtoto? Unanipigia mtoto wa nini? Unanipigia mtoto wa nini wewe? What do you want? You go to mom for the time being.
Just stay my head to take a break.
Brian anakuja kusumbua, twende kwa nyumba, atulie. Mtulie, atakuja huko na wazazi wake. You pack your things down. Atakuja kutongoza maneno huko. Wewe unaniumiza mbona sisi tutakuumiza. Sasa ni kujizuia tu unajizuia pana kuna watoto wachana naye. Wachana naye please wachana naye. Na kuna watoto wanaona hii drama. Wachana fulani just wachana naye. Wewe tuchukue mtoto tuende nyumbani. Ukifikiria kuna bibi utakuja nyumbani na wazazi yako. But next time my friend. Next time unatumia mkono wako pia mtoto wangu. I'll deal with you. Nawe. Pia mtoto wangu tena. Ni wani tu nakupatia kwa sasa. Sikugusi next time. Next time. Touch my daughter again. Unajua uzazi, uchunge wa mzazi ni nini wewe? Sasa kuna watoto, usitaki kukosea. I'm giving you the last warning. Umenipiga mtoto over 10 times. Nimekupatia mguse.
So I want to say that Sonko went to save the daughter, but I also want to say that Sonko has been saving the daughter because she's been actually funding the life of the daughter with the husband, including giving them a Range Rover. Oh, my dad, where are you? So anyway, what do you guys think about that?
Tuanzie na karibu niseme mobaba.
Let me one of the things to and I would say that from 25th of this month is 16 days of gender. It's a big event. It's 16 days, and we are discussing many issues. And I had a privilege on 2 days ago hosting Alberta Wambua, the executive director of Nairobi Women's Gender-Based Violence Recovery Center. And we were discussing on what is happening in that space. And we said that in this year alone, there are around 3,450 people who have been in this space, who have been either beaten or attacked by their spouses, either male or female. And the numbers do not look good at all. That there's a lot of gender violence among the sexes for a very long time. And 3,450 is such a high number reported. That means the unreported would be in their thousands. So the question has always been, what is driving Kenyans to this kind of fight that it's either resources? We found economic is very big because you find that someone might be abused, but since the person who is abusing is the source of the money, you do not go on, you don't report. So there are many hidden things there. There's a lot of interplay there. And we are saying that this issue Sonko brought is just a tip of the iceberg. Because if Sonko's daughter can be assaulted by the husband, and the husband is being taken care of by the father-in-law, and we had also a father side chat with Sonko, and we realized that Sonko has even given that boy around 10 million shillings to start a business and all that. And it seems that things are not working for the couple. And the guy, when it doesn't work, he comes and brings his frustrations to the girl. And it is sad. It's extremely sad because this is a man who he doesn't pay anything, number one. He doesn't pay even the Wi-Fi in the house. You just go, sit with your friends, drink and come back. Even that pocket money you're given. Yeah? When you come to the house, you find the food is ready, the shopping has been done by your father-in-law. And I was wondering that, is it because of the business is not working for him? Or is it because this man gets things so easily? Because after that incident, he had the guts to tell Sonko that hata hii gari engine imeharibika steering. So he was told, bring it on Monday. So there are people who take advantage of others. And for me, I think this guy is just taking advantage of this girl because the girl is in love with the man. Yeah.
But let me say something. I think we need to compartmentalize issues. Okay? In this case, Sonko's son-in-law, what he did was wrong, and he's just one of those people who is taking advantage. Because I want to use a highly public figure, I want to talk about Queen Elizabeth. When she married now the husband, Philip, who he wasn't destitute. He could look after himself. But Queen Elizabeth had much more money. Yeah. So we are talking about disparities in income. Okay? And they went on to become a very successful couple. In this case, the monarchy was like providing everything, and it was, if you look at it, you would say it was almost like this guy, I mean, he was being looked after. But this guy was responsible. There are so many other people, very, very like, who is the richest man today in the world, and you married the daughter, you got married to, you married the daughter. So there are those imbalances. Parents will always support their children. One of the big things you want to know is that, does he love my daughter? Does she love my son? What can I do to help them? Okay? So that's one thing, we pack it there. So this is what I normally say. That also when you have, under ordinary circumstances, when there's a lot of disparity, imbalances within a relationship, it could be power. And in this case, we are seeing this is Sonko's daughter. How dare you, like, even ever touch? Like, you should be scared. Like, this is Sonko you're talking about. I mean, he'll come and finish. Like, this is Sonko you are talking about. And then the fact that this guy really had the guts means that he had really reached the bottom of the bottom, and he's trying to exert power. His only left power is the fact that he can exert power on this child of Sonko. But we also have international examples, which we discussed on this show. Regina Daniels. This is something that is playing out also, that she's a Nigerian. Kenyans like to watch Nigerian movies. Her mother, Rita Daniels, is one of the biggest actors. I'm sure the viewers must know if they watch Nigerian movies. Now her daughter, who was 17 years old, got married off to this guy who was like 47 years her senior. That is already an imbalance in wit, in everything, in money, and all that. And we are seeing how it's actually playing out. So what are we saying? We are saying that if in relationships, yes, there's a lot of violence that is actually going on. And I just must, I want to say that Sonko did a really good thing to record these things and show us, so that other people who may think, oh, because they're celebrities, they're powerful, they're don't know what, who may be going through this issue, should publicly actually come out so that we can condemn this thing. Because I know there are a lot of women out there who are powerful, or men out there who are powerful. Actually, one of the politicians went to report in the police station in Karen that he was being beaten. You know what I'm talking about?
I know.
He was being beaten by the wife.
The girlfriend, wife. We wrap it in a few.
Okay, I would say this. Women, there's a possibility of you finding a man who loves you more than you love them, so that you will not have to keep coming back when they beat you. Because sometimes you feel like you're putting all your heart into a relationship and you're suffering. And I'm the one person who always says, you can walk out. And this man has an idle mind, and an idle mind is the devil's workshop. If he was busy, he would come home tired, he will not have energy to beat the wife. That's all I can say.
An idle mind.
Yeah, it's the devil's workshop.
It's the
Okay,
devil's
so
workshop.
I think it's a nice one to say that, because you cannot be provided and beat the woman who provides for you.
Yeah.
And even buy you 2 Range Rovers, and actually he has a Range Rover and another car and a Mercedes. It is what it is.
That's the woman's job, to actually be there saying that I provide, but now she's beaten.
The way she was asking for breakfast.
And then
and you're Sonko's daughter.
and then the girl says, "Don't beat my husband." Girls.
I will not. I will watch. I will
Next time they show
watch.
Maria, you'll watch what?
I will watch you teach him a lesson. Anyway, guys, sorry, I'm a good person. Very nice. Thank you so much for watching the show. It's been very real.
Very, very real.
I'll watch.